going to happen to you until it cuts your house in half.
Dangerously cold winter weather has left a mess in many neighborhoods tonight, and there are more storms on the way. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to West Coast Wrap. I'm Alex Savage. Oregon is seeing some of the worst storm damage and bitter cold temperatures. Trees are down there, pipes are bursting, and thousands are without power tonight. Authorities believe at least 2 people died from hypothermia, and at least 1 other death has been blamed on a fallen tree. Fox 12's Paulina Aguilar has more tonight on how people are dealing with the impact of this extreme weather, with new storms moving in this week, expected to bring freezing rain.
It sounded like an explosion.
That's the sound Sean heard when this tree fell on 2 of his vehicles. And neighbor Don Wheatley had the chance to see what was blocking his street: down power lines.
I said, oh my God. I said, this is way worse than I thought it would be. And, you know, we're going to be stuck here for a long time.
It's been more than 48 hours without power for about 60 homes on Southwest 62nd Drive. So Sean and his family of 3 are trying to get by.
Yeah, there's 3 cats and a dog, and we're cuddled in the basement next to a wood stove. The house is getting colder by the day. We have enough wood for another day. I have a friend coming bringing some more, so hopefully we'll be ready for tomorrow's storm.
For now, he uses his 3rd SUV for power.
He still runs, so we've been using it to charge electronics and for emergency heat. And no one's really stopped by to say hi or let us know what's going on. So that's disconcerting.
As for the Wheatleys, they're hunkering down and getting by.
We have a lot of firewood. There's about 2.5 cords out there.
And additional wood in the garage.
So this side of the box I fill with logs. That side's kindling. And this is just about empty now. So we could burn it every day for 2 weeks probably.
They say they eat yogurt and granola for breakfast and sandwiches later in the day. They do have a car, but say they aren't able to leave.
We don't have chains or traction devices.
He says when it's all over, he wants to be more prepared for the future.
I'd like to look into, you know, buying and setting up a portable generator.
And that was Fox 12's Paulina Aguilar reporting for us. An entire family in Portland was hospitalized yesterday after suffering carbon monoxide poisoning. Authorities say they were using a generator inside their apartment during a power outage. All 5 family members were conscious and breathing when they were taken to the hospital. First responders say this is an important reminder that generators should never be operated indoors. While Portland's winter storm is causing significant structural damage to many homes, it is also creating problems underground. Because of sub-freezing temperatures, pipes are bursting all across that region. One homeowner said her power had been out for 15 hours when she noticed water on the kitchen floor. She says it was the water pipe going to her refrigerator that burst.
I remembered I had a shop vac, which I only used for spiders before. So I got that out and just sucked up all the water in the living room and kitchen. And that was about all I could do today.
2 pipes also burst at Portland International Airport, and that left puddles of water in the ticket lobby. Many pipes are also frozen solid, including one at Portland's largest sewage pump station. Emergency crews in Oregon have been busy all throughout the weekend cleaning up downed trees. One city declared a state of emergency because of the extreme weather. Fox 12's Julia Lopez has the story of one couple who saw a 150-foot tree crash right on top of their home.
It's a noise that, and like a commotion that no one would really understand unless you've gone through it.
Kaysen and Philip Wolcott had just finished lunch at their home in Gresham. It was Saturday afternoon. They could see the storm rage as they sat on their couch.
So we're watching the trees just kind of swaying, and all of a sudden Philip starts yelling, "It's us, it's us, it's us." And he watched the tree like crack and shift and then start falling.
She says they were just 5 feet from where the trunk landed and split their house in half.
Grabbed the dogs, grabbed the cat, and just like hit the floor.
Philip says it happened in slow motion, and he was just hoping the roughly 150-foot tree wouldn't kill them.
We came very close to being at least severely injured. 10 minutes before the tree fell, I was actually upstairs in that room watching the trees blow.
Thankfully, Kaysen, Philip, their 2 dogs and cats all made it out safely.
Everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. It just is sucks.
Their car was totaled, and they're currently working with insurance to learn what can be salvaged of the house.
Can't quite really feel like it's real
Yeah.
yet, but we have a lot of work to rebuild, and hopefully we can.
All of the emotions all at once. Like, or we're happy to be alive. We're sad that we don't have a house anymore. We're like, our adrenaline, every time I come back, it's like my adrenaline just starts up again because I remember the noises and what happened.
Kaysen says this isn't the first winter their street has seen trees fall, and she hopes their neighbors heed that warning before freezing rain returns this week.
Be prepared, get stuff together before it happens, and watch, pay attention. You just don't think it's going to happen to you until it cuts your house in half.
And that was Fox 12's Julia Lopez reporting tonight. Shifting now to the winter weather hitting Colorado. And it was colder in Denver today than most of Antarctica. Here's a live look tonight at the city's downtown, where temperatures dipped to 7 degrees below zero early this morning. Temperatures did increase to 1 degree above zero briefly this afternoon. The only place in Antarctica where it was colder than the mile-high city today was the South Pole. A stretch of Highway 40 in Colorado remains closed tonight because of the risk for avalanches. These are images from Grand County, where snow slid onto the highway over the weekend. Several cars got stuck, but thankfully no one was hurt here. Those cars have been removed. Snow removal crews have been working all day to clear that area and try to prevent future slides. An avalanche warning does remain in effect tonight in that area. And the avalanche danger is also high for parts of northern Utah tonight. Transportation crews are keeping busy with mitigation efforts along some of the major roadways. Fox 13's Darian DeBrule spoke with an avalanche expert about how to stay safe in heavy snow.
We could see, big piles of snow. So that area actually slides a lot. So we kind of immediately knew that that's probably what was going on.
That's Tanner Gittins describing this avalanche aftermath he came upon while driving near the Dugway in Logan Canyon Friday morning.
There's a vehicle who had tried to drive through the avalanche debris, and he got stuck. So he had been digging with his shovels for a little bit, so we just pushed him out and sent him on his way. By the time we got him out, there was a UDOT truck had pulled up, and he had told us that the canyon's closed.
Logan Canyon isn't the only road that experienced closure due to an avalanche over the weekend. Provo Canyon was closed part of Sunday due to natural avalanches covering the road early morning. And Little Cottonwood Canyon was closed Sunday for avalanche mitigation.
Mid-December dry spell that created a weak sugary layer on the surface of our snow, and now we've stacked up very dense heavy snow that got pushed in with very strong winds. It's like parking a Sprinter van on top of potato chips, and you know those potato chips are just going to give way.
Craig Gordon with the Utah Avalanche Center says right now the avalanche danger in northern Utah is extreme.
We've seen numerous avalanches this weekend. We've received reports on 2 very close calls, so the writing is on the wall. We need to realize any avalanche we trigger right now is going to break deep, it's going to break wide, it's going to be unsurvivable.
That actually changed my plans. I was itching to get out in all this fresh snow. We've received about 40 inches up here in our mountains, but I took the weekend off. We played it safe. There's always going to be another day to go ride.
Gordon is advising people to avoid the backcountry and stay away from steep terrains for the next few days, just like Gittins did.
Just be mindful of where you're at and just be extra careful and stay to the meadows.
Most avalanche accidents happen a couple of days after a storm, especially those few sunny days where we're feeling good, we're stoked about the snow and the weather, but right now, the mountains are not going to feel our same emotion.
At the base of Little Cottonwood, Darian DeBrule, Fox 13 News, Utah.
And warmer weather storms coming into the west coast that is. We'll see some scattered showers, warmer rain, and higher snow levels. I'll have that coming up.
Also coming up tonight, months late because of Hollywood strikes over the summer. But finally, Emmy Awards are being handed out tonight. And coming up, we'll take you live to Los Angeles to hear what some of the stars are saying about the big show. Also, find out how many jobs some people expect artificial intelligence may take over here in the U.S. Well, by the end of tonight, Hollywood will have a new group of Emmy Award winners. Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards joining us now live from outside the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, where the awards ceremony is underway. And Chelsea, they are having a fantastic time inside the theater. What is the atmosphere like on the red carpet?
You know, it is so positive, Alex. It's really been almost playful on the red carpet earlier today. You know, this was supposed to happen back in September. This is actually the 2023 Emmy Awards, even though it's 2024. But it was delayed because of the dueling Hollywood strikes here in Los Angeles. So it's been 4 months, but the stars did not skip a beat. They came out here to the red carpet, dressed up to the nines in bold colors, Hollywood glam. Take a look at some of the video we got here from earlier. So first up, we had Kieran Culkin. He is up for Best Drama Series actor for his role in HBO's hit Succession. He posed, even danced with Jazz Charton in a classic black tie attire. The pair even stole a kiss in front of the cameras. Again, the mood tonight seemed kind of buoyant, even playful at times, as you can see from some of this. We saw lots of classic Hollywood on the carpet tonight. Beatrice Grano from White Lotus donned a sparkling black and red gown. Now, Succession, The White Lotus, and The Last of Us all have more than 20 nominations each. My colleague Amanda Salas had a chance to catch up with some of tonight's stars on the red carpet. Listen here.
Tell me why tonight, 75 years, is going to be different for you.
Well, it's going to be different because I'm going to get back together with Holland Taylor from 2.5 Men, which I'm very excited about. My mom, or my mommy, as I like to call her.
The work is a reward, and just to be here talking to you and make friends along the way, like you, someone who I love dearly. Just so to me, it's even sweeter the older I get. Yeah.
The feeling is very mutual. You will get this when I say this to you, but to this day, I will still say, Peter, I'm holding melons.
Or, Peter, the horse is here.
Yeah, I know. Iconic.
When I was young, I never saw somebody Indian on TV. Never, ever. And so I've had a lot of young women, black and brown women, come up to me and say, thank you, I felt seen, I could relate to you.
What is the key to making a joke land at an award show?
These are I would just say these are the trickiest rooms in the world to do comedy for. And the reality is I think most people at home probably enjoy the jokes more than the room can. And in defense of the room, I think sometimes people are feeling the pressure of being nominees and maybe aren't fully there focusing on every punchline. And so it's tough. And the only thing I would say is when you do these things, you have to have a very thick skin and, move on. And the good news is most of the people that host these things have a main job that's far more important than their work as an award show host.
Now, of course, the show still going on. So far, The Bear is just sweeping up awards. They've won so far for Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. Again, tonight's biggest, or TV's biggest night, is officially underway. Reporting live from downtown LA, I'm Chelsea Edwards. I'll send it back to you, Alex.
All right, a lot of fun. Better late than never for the Emmys here. Chelsea, thank you. People across Southern California got the day started with a jolt. A magnitude 4.4 quake shook neighborhoods from Los Angeles all the way down to San Diego. It hit around 2:45 in the morning. The epicenter was about 70 miles off the coast of San Diego. There were no reports of any damage or injuries with that quake. In Northern California, one person has been found dead after a plane went down near Half Moon Bay. That plane was seen flying erratically right before it went down last night with 2 people on board. Authorities say a woman's body was discovered by a commercial fishing boat. She has not been identified, but authorities say she was likely on that plane. Authorities say that Cozy Mark IV small airplane took off from the East Bay. Investigators are looking into this weekend's crash landing of a hot air balloon that killed 4 passengers in the Arizona desert. Police say the trouble started shortly after a group of skydivers jumped from that balloon. Fox 10's Lauren Clark has the latest on this investigation.
This evening, federal investigators are working to solve 2 questions. What caused the fatal hot air balloon crash in Eloy Sunday, and why did it happen? Questions that ballooning pilot of 40 years, Bob Romananski, says will likely take a while to answer, as FAA and NTSB officials are grabbing preliminary information.
Learning as much as they can about the pilot, learning as much as they can about the passengers, learning as much as they can about what happened during the flight before.
Officials say Sunday morning, 13 people got inside the hot air balloon, carrying both skydivers and passengers. But shortly after 8 people parachuted from the balloon, officials believe something went wrong. Eloy police released the names of the 4 people who died as a result. The pilot, 37-year-old Cornelius Vanderwalt, originally from South Africa but living in Eloy. Passengers, Etayan Kilkoti, 24, from Cupertino, California. Caitlin Bartram, 28, from Andrews, Indiana. And Chayton Weisholek, also 28, from Union City, Michigan. 23-year-old Valerie Stonnerheim from Scottsdale was airlifted to a hospital in Phoenix. At last check, she was in critical condition. Pilot Cornelius was also known by several in the skydiving and ballooning community, including Bob.
From what I knew, Cornelius was a skydiver first, and that was his social community, so he didn't really spend a lot of time with balloonists. But I think he became a balloonist to facilitate his desire to have skydivers experience jumping from a balloon.
Bob urges everyone not to speculate about the crash until more is known.
You don't have to know a balloon pilot to kind of absorb the emotion from the event.
And that was Fox 10's Lauren Clark reporting for us tonight. The NTSB says the balloon has been moved now to a secure facility for further investigation. Up next here on West Coast Wrap, I beg your pardon, we're moving back now to the bitter cold temperatures across the West Coast. Here's a live look at some images captured by a dash camera in Oregon over the weekend, and they show a Benton County Sheriff's vehicle sliding in Corvallis yesterday. The SUV slid onto an embankment that was covered in brush. The sheriff's office posted images of this moment online, warning drivers to stay off of icy roads today. Let's bring back in KTVU Chief Meteorologist Bill Martin. And Bill, we have more storms on the way and a lot more rain.
Yeah, a lot more rain. A lot of this cold, Alex, is going to go away. You can see where it originates from. A lot of it's in the plains, the Great Lakes, Ohio, Mississippi Valley, but if you creep out west just a little bit, you can see it is bleeding into parts of the Pacific Northwest. These are current temperatures. As we go through the next couple of days, temperatures are going to warm a little bit. Right now, it's not all that warm. Pendleton, -7, Redmond, 7 degrees. In Seattle, downtown, just 22 degrees, so that's pretty chilly. So the story here the next few days is going to be lower latitude weather systems. This is the main motor. There's lots of subtropical or El Nino moisture, most likely, coming into this train, and they're going to line up. They're lined up past the date line, and they're going to be coming into the West Coast from Portland all the way south to San Diego, and we're going to see, especially on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, from one end of the west to the other end, from north to south, we're going to see showers, and a warmer shower, so higher snow levels, that type of a thing. So right now in Seattle, that's on Friday, Saturday, and of course, sort of into the weekend. For tomorrow, we've got a chance for scattered showers from San Francisco northward. We'll show you that coming up. 39 degrees right now in Seattle, 59 degrees in San Francisco, cloudy, 2 degrees in Denver right now. And the forecast for tomorrow afternoon, you see where this comma is. This kind of opens the door up for that series of weather systems that should be coming in Friday, Saturday, and beyond. And again, it'll stretch. Well, this stretches from Seattle south to the Bay Area, but the next couple are going to be just moving back and forth, kind of back and forth across the West Coast. So it's a warmer pattern. It's warmer right now. Snow levels with this system in the Mammoth area are going to be up around 6,000 feet. The forecast as we go through time, then you can see all the regions is kind of cloudy as we go into tomorrow. That's where the scattered showers are from San Francisco northward. But as you go into Thursday, everybody starts to cloud up. And then it's Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that we get back into a real pretty progressive wet pattern for the West Coast with sort of El Nino rain coming our way. How much we're going to get, it all depends. Those models are bouncing all around. We'll check it out for you. That's the West Coast forecast for now, though.
Yeah, a whole lot of big storms lined up off the West Coast. Bill, thank you. People across the West joined with others around the country today to commemorate the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Many mark the day by attending rallies or parades honoring Dr. King's legacy. They say his nonviolent struggle for racial equality still continues.
So that Dr. Martin Luther King's dream will never be forgotten about. Because it's gonna work. It's gonna work out. I'm hopeful.
We got great seats. We front row. You know, nobody's in front of us, so it's great. You know, I feel like it's gonna be a great day, great parade. You know, so it's cool.
This is the only federal holiday designated as a National Day of Service. It's meant to encourage people around the country to volunteer in programs designed to improve their communities. President Biden visited with volunteers today in Philadelphia. Up next tonight on West Coast Wrap, you could call it an AI takeover. Coming up, new predictions about what the technology will mean for the workplace of the future. And most people dread getting stuck in traffic. We'll break down how the West measures up on a new list ranking the worst states to drive in. In Washington state, we'll find out tomorrow what the future will be for 3 police officers acquitted in a deadly shooting. It's been more than 3 weeks since those Tacoma officers were found not guilty in the death of Manny Ellis. The police department is expected to announce tomorrow if the officers will keep their jobs or be let go. Sources say the officers are not interested in returning to the department.
This is an incident that really fractured the community. So what's on our shoulders now is figuring out how do we make sure that we can heal from that? How do we make sure that there's accountability going forward?
Manny Ellis died while in police custody back in 2020. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Western Washington has opened a federal investigation into his death. The International Monetary Fund is warning that artificial intelligence could replace 60% of all U.S. jobs. The IMF says the U.S. is at greatest risk because of the amount of cognitive, task-oriented jobs. IMF also found that older workers are most at risk of losing their jobs to AI, as they might struggle with adapting to the technology. The International Monetary Fund calls the trend troubling and is urging lawmakers to be proactive. Hertz is selling about 20,000 electric vehicles, and if you're in the market to buy one, the prices are as low as $21,000. More than 600 Teslas are up for sale, including recent Model 3s and Model Ys. Hertz says it's selling the electric vehicles because of high costs related to collisions and damage, and buyers of used EVs are eligible to get a $4,000 tax credit. Finally, tonight, several West Coast states are at the top of some new rankings that you don't want to lead. According to Wallet Hub researchers, California is the worst state to drive in. Live images tonight of traffic along Interstate 80 in Oakland and the East Bay. Relatively light here because it is a holiday today. To put together this list, Wallet Hub evaluated several things, including gas prices, rush hour traffic congestion, and road quality. California had the highest gas prices, worst traffic congestion, and most auto repair shops per capita. 2 other West Coast states round out Wallet Hub's top 3 worst states to drive in. Hawaii comes in at number 2, and Washington ranks number 3. That does it for West Coast Wrap tonight. We appreciate you watching. A reminder here, you can stay up to date on all the stories we are covering online at westcoastwrap.com. And please, you can stream all of our shows right there on your smart TV. It is easy to do by downloading the Fox Local app. Have a great night. I'll see you back here tomorrow.